you walk and attack. So when you take body like a rocket, it a spark. Dicky is a hit when the girl them top shots. Hey, white, black, brown, slim or brown, me not care. No matter the time of day, them fi get slay anywhere. Me not rich, but if a silent man a millionaire. Girl, if you have a tighty fling it in here. Me get, hey, Miss Fatty Fatty, you a murder. Millie love me the way you twist and a turn up. Hotter than lava, my girl, you a burn up. A nice a girl you me never ever heard of. Hey, Miss Fatty Fatty, you a murder. Millie love me the way you twist and a turn up. Hotter than lava, my girl, you a burn up. You a burn up, yo. Hey, wine around, make your trunk eat it round. What the girl and they will mix up them style, put Willie bounce and dance. We comfy dance, so no time fi sit down. Me say big up all of the girl them who know they will silly stunt. Hey, I mean kitty witty hygiene. Roll up into the dance, always nice and clean. Hey, I mean the proper looking wifey. From your appetite, millionaire sliding. Hey, Miss Fatty Fatty, you a murder. Millie loving the way you twist and a turn up. Hotter than lava, my girl, you a burn up. A nice a girl you me never ever heard of. Hey, Miss Fatty Fatty, you a murder. Millie loving the way you twist and a turn up. Act like lava, girl, you a burn up. A nice a girl, no me never heard of. Kitty they pretty so the dog them a bark. Loving the way you whine or you walk or you talk. So when time fi body like a rocket it a blast. The keys a hit pon the girl them top charts. Hey, yellow, black, brown, slim or round, me not care. No matter the time of day, them fi get slay anywhere. Me no rich, but if a style man a millionaire. Girl, if you have a tight, you fling it in here. Hey, Miss Fatty Fatty, you a murder. Millie loving the way you twist and a turn up. Hotter than lava, my girl, you a burn up. A nice a girl you me never ever heard of. Hey, Miss Fatty Fatty, you a murder. Millie loving the way you twist and a turn up. Hotter than lava, hey, hotter than lava, yo. Hey, number one in the world, yeah. My girl just wind up to the one, yeah. My girl just grind up to the one, yeah. My girl just wind up to the one, yeah. To the one, yeah. To the one, yeah, hey. My girl just wind up to the one, yeah. My girl just grind up to the one, yeah. My girl just wind up to the one, yeah. To the one, yeah. To the one, yeah. Yo, Q, Venomous. The girl them have a new dance. The name One Drop. Yo, every gala, every gala, every gala, every gala, every gala, every gala, every gala. Yo, Stash man. Every gala when I do the mantra. Catch it on the left and do the mantra. Drop, 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 mantra. Every gala when I do the mantra. Catch it on the right and do the mantra. Drop, 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 mantra. Nothing no wrong if you drop it on me no. But me I want you, keep it on me no. Country girl, me say make your body up. But me I beg you please, girl, come and drop it right just up. Bumper up inna the ear, yeah. Step like you watch your ear, yeah. Do the one drop, just so you look here. What you tell them just a muscle when you drop inna the square, yeah. Every girl I wanna do the one drop. Catch it on the left and do the one drop. Drop, 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 one drop. Every girl I wanna do the one drop. Catch it on the right and do the one drop. Drop, 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 drop. Mama stand wine and a catch and a wine with the drop. Then she wine and go down and pick it up back. Some girl out the road can't bend them back. Go it easy for you whether you slim or you fat. Nothing no wrong, girl. Cause you got it like that. Look how your skin clean. Lucky man not attack. When you good up and catch it good, girl. Come up, girl. The one drop, one girl.
nothing no wrong if you drop it on me now. But me I want you, you with a me no. Country girl, me say make your bad so, but me I beg you please, girl, come and drop it right just so. Bump up inna the ear, step like you watch your steer. Do the one drop just so you look.
Genie X66. Iwe giza baridi na upepo, iwe kuna mawingu na manyesho, your body baby joto, joto, unafanya nijihisi special, unanipa sababu ya uwepo, kando yako we mtoto, my desire, when you pay down, mima hutu nisijelewi, oh my god. Shidani, nimekulia bizini. Shidani, baby uko moyoni. Wewe, nakupenda we, nakutaka we, kwako sijiwezi, oh my love. Mpenzi we, roho yangu we, kwako sijiwezi, oh my love. Oh na 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 na, oh na na na, ay, oh na na na, oh na na na, oh. Akili mwili baby, hasira zangu na vituliza, ukiongea nasikiliza, yote sababu ya upendo. Pilipili baby, vindi mchuvi ya kunyunyiza, yani uroda kupitiliza, nimeumaliza mwendo. Kiukweli napendwa, nachangana na haya mara. Shidani, nimekolea.
Yeah.
Well, I think Newcastle right now just like they have the edge, but maybe half an hour in, maybe it just calms down a little bit and Liverpool get a chance. They might have one now, though.
Yeah, trying to break forward down the left-hand side. Ekitike
using his pace. Dan Burn comes across and clears, but the referee has pulled play back because it looks like it was a late challenge on the halfway line after the ball. Certainly, I was following the ball there and didn't quite see what happened. It's a Liverpool player down on the ground, and I think it will be a free kick on the halfway line. Just looking at the replay now, Florian Wirtz was the Liverpool player on the ball, and it's Kieran Trippier just trying to block the ball, isn't he? His studs are up and he just catches the foot of Liverpool's club record signing.
Yeah, it's just one of them, isn't it? He's going for the ball. He puts his hands in, that's not a foul. It is a foul. He does catch the German late there. It's just one of them. It'll be a bit of a sore one. I assume it might just take a few minutes to run it off, if you will, then they'll be back to it. But that just shows the counter-attacking ability, doesn't it? Both sides are going to have it. The pace of the forward three of Newcastle, forward three of Liverpool as well. It's just can they get in, because both teams play a high line as well, so you might see a lot of space in behind.
Yeah, interesting start from the opening weekend. The two players that were clocked the fastest times in the Premier League over the opening weekend were both of Newcastle, Anthony Elanga and Anthony Gordon. So that pace on the counter-attack, you would suspect, will trouble Liverpool at times. We're 5.5 minutes into this game. Newcastle United 0, Liverpool 0. I said Florian Wirtz is Liverpool's club record signer. We probably just need a little asterisk next to that in case the Alexander Isak deal does eventually go through. I think that's probably the last time I should say his name this evening, no, because all the talk is about him at the moment surrounding these two clubs, but he's not involved, as we know, this evening. So let's focus on matters on the field of play. Liverpool have the ball. Cody Gakpo juggling with it in the middle of the park. He's challenged, and the ball will divert back to Virgil van Dijk. The Liverpool keeper can just calm things down, go back towards his goalkeeper, Alisson, who's been closed down by that pacey Anthony Gordon. Long up towards Ekatike. It was a little bit of a wrestling match there with Kieran Trippier. The decision is there'll be a Liverpool throw-in on the far side. Again, Trippier not happy with the decision. Maybe he's been penalised for a foul. They were both grappling each other. Ekatike did end up on the floor. And certainly Kieran Trippier, I think he's up for this game. He can't afford to get involved in too many challenges like that.
No, he can't, no. And what you would say is Kieran Trippier is a great player. I'm not trying to knock him, but one thing he's probably lost over this is a little bit of pace. And it was never the paciest fullback to begin with. If you've got Gakpo and Ekatike on the left-hand side running at you, if you've got a yellow card, it's a really dangerous game to be playing. But you can't maybe leave Liverpool. You can't. You have to be spot on with every tackle. Could be awkward. And another free kick here for Liverpool.
Yeah, Wirtz takes it short, and Kirk has now an opportunity to lift the ball into the penalty area, but it's a poor delivery straight onto the head. The biggest player out there, Dan Burn, not the most convincing header away though from him, and Liverpool can come again. Szoboszlai, that's a better ball into the box. Joe Linton will head clear this time for Newcastle. A break for Elanga, who nods it down to Bruno Guimaraes, who challenges for the ball. It'll ricochet kindly for Harvey Barnes, who tries to feed it out to Anthony Gordon. Neither team were ever really in control of proceedings there. And there's a strong challenge on Bruno Guimaraes, an immediate apology from Ryan Gravenberch. He's going for the ball there, and he's just... Bruno Guimaraes has stepped across him and he's caught the Brazilian, the Newcastle midfielder, and Gravenberch, who's just back from a suspension, is the first player into the referee's notebook.
Yeah, he does really well, does the Newcastle skipper. It's a late one, but like you said, Gravenberch from the moment he goes, look, I got that wrong, that was late. He's again very sore when he gets caught, doesn't he? But the Brazilian midfielders, so he's an awkward one, but I think the referee said, look lads, I'm going to yellow card him, there's no need to get a bit more feisty, but yeah, first yellow card of the season already for Gravenberch, and that's already 8 minutes in, one yellow card. I don't think that'll be the last one this evening. We've already spoken about that.
Oh, absolutely not. I feel a little sorry for Gravenberch. It is a yellow card, but Bruno Guimaraes kind of steps across him, and he's, initiated the contact in a lot of ways, but Gravenberch did dive in. It was a little bit reckless, which is why the referee did go to his pocket. It's a free kick then to Newcastle, 10 yards or so inside the Liverpool half. Trippier I thought he was going to stand it up towards the edge of the penalty area. He goes short to Tonali, changing the angle. He sends it in towards Dan Burn, who was beaten in the air by Virgil van Dijk, and it will skew out towards the far side for a Newcastle United throw-in. 8.5 minutes into the game, still goalless at St James's Park. No chances really to speak of so far, but it's keeping us on the edge of our seat. It's a very frenetic pace. Tetchy and feisty as you would expect as well, as Trippier and Elanga exchange passes down the right-hand side. Trippier's then attempted cross, hits Florian Wirtz, comes back off Kieran Trippier, who's had a very frustrating opening 9 minutes. It will be a Liverpool goal kick.
Yeah, you put it right there. I'm very frustrated for the Newcastle fullback there. Tries to get the better of Wirtz there with his pace. I don't think he's ever going to get past him, but that was a real battle that you're going to see throughout the rest of the evening, probably defending and attacking in both areas. Van Dijk up against Dan Burn there, and as you said, it's the first time I've probably seen a short free kick go the way of a team. Playing up at the back here, Liverpool, very dangerous there.
Alisson taking on Anthony Gordon about 2 yards out from his own goal. The Liverpool goalkeeper, he showed great composure, I suppose you have to say, and as he then eventually got it out to Szoboszlai, Liverpool played their way out from the back, but a big chance taken by Liverpool's number one, and I think just for a split second he'd had a heavy touch and he slightly panicked but was able to recompose himself, and there was no harm done. This is the first meeting between these two sides since the EFL Cup final in March, when Newcastle, of course, first major trophy in 70 years, won by 2-1. Alexander Isak scoring the decisive goal, of course, in that game. I said I wasn't going to mention him again, but unavoidable in that situation. But Newcastle haven't actually beaten Liverpool in the Premier League for almost a decade now. December 2015, a 2-0 victory at St James's Park. The camera just panned to Alan Shearer, Newcastle centre forward, of course, who knows all about putting the ball in the back of the net at this ground. The Newcastle team have a throw-in on the halfway line with Kieran Trippier, heavily involved so far in this game. He turns 35 next month, Trippier, as he sends the ball back towards Fabian Schär. The ball forward from the Swiss. Alanga will give chase, but too much on that and easily run through to Alisson in the Liverpool goal. He's just settling down slightly after that frenetic start. Alisson taking plenty of time. Of course, we've got the 8-second rule now. The goalkeepers have to get rid of the ball when it's in their hands. He's just picked it up now after having it at his feet, and he will distribute this long up towards Cody Gakpo on the left-hand side. The ball targeting him because there's a bit of an aerial difference between Gakpo and Kieran Trippier. On the right-hand side of Newcastle's defence, Fabian Schär coming across on this occasion to help out the full-back, and it will be a Liverpool throw-in. 11.5 minutes in, goalless, and yeah, as I say, just slowing down in terms of the tempo ever so slightly.
Yeah, it is. I think as well, a lot of balls over the top, like that one from Schär, as you said, into Alanga. It's a lot of passing into space, and the passes aren't really coming off at the moment. So you might wait for him maybe to calm down. A bit of short passing might help it out, but a long throw-in opportunity here for the Reds.
Yeah, Kirk goes into the box. Burn will head clear. It comes back out to Liverpool's new left-back, who sends another cross into the area. Again, Dan Burn gets his head to it first. It'll come to Anthony Gordon on the Newcastle left, who's under pressure, being forced backwards. He's twisting his turn and he's looking for the contact from Fabian Wirtz. If it comes, free kick given. Newcastle take it quickly and they look to break forward now. Bruno Guimaraes place it through towards Anthony Elanga. Good starting position from Alisson outside his penalty area, reading the situation and plays that sweeper keeper role to perfection.
I think that's the problem that they'll have is, I mean, you've already spoke about the stat of Elanga and Gordon. Yeah, they're going to be pacey in behind, but that pass is usually against 90%, 95% of goalkeepers, a top pass. There was too much on that because, as you said, Alisson, a great sweeper keeper, takes up a great position, and it's a poor pass in the end, unfortunately. But that just shows that would have been our first real big chance, and as you said, we're really waiting for that to get going.
Yeah, we are. It's bubbling up again now as Gakpo drives in from the left. Wirtz out to Ekitike, back in towards Gakpo. Will he be able to get there ahead of Trippier? No, Trippier shows great strength to hold off Cody Gakpo. Newcastle should be able to clear. Schär, though, that's a poor clearance straight to Ekitike on the edge of the Newcastle box. Wirtz can now turn and curl an effort towards goal, and Nick Pope watching it all the way. Just looked a little bit uncomfortable there, the Newcastle goalkeeper. I might be doing him a disservice, but Florian Wirtz getting the first effort in anger towards goal.
Yeah, they're really poor out from Newcastle. They're great defending from Trippier originally, and then they just didn't clear the lines. Poor pass from Schär, trying to almost play it out a little bit too fancy and nice, and as you said, he was trying to curl it, was Wirtz, but I didn't like the route on it. I thought maybe Pope would have caught it at least. I thought there was much momentum or power on the ball, but maybe Pope thinking, right, this is better safe than sorry. And what you would say is, yeah, Liverpool are going to have them with Canati, Ekitike, Van Dijk in there. Got over the back of your mind, if you're Liverpool, if Newcastle let us on the counter, we will be in danger.
Absolutely. I hope we've got some cover, Liverpool, in case there is a breakaway, but they've got plenty of aerial targets in there for Florian Wirtz to aim at with this corner. Poor delivery though. Alanga clears away at the front post. Gravenberch will pick up the pieces and Liverpool will start again on the halfway line with Dominic Szoboszlai in this hybrid right back role of receiving. He finds Curtis Jones, who stabs the ball forward. Poor ball low, and Livramento can now break up the field for Newcastle. He's stopping his tracks by the backpedaling Ibrahima Konate. Tonali now for Newcastle, back to Cher. Now Trippier, right hand side. This ball down the line. Bruno Guimaraes can slightly heavy first touch that invites the challenge from Gakpo. He'll go out and play for a throw into Newcastle on the halfway line. Arne Slot patrolling the edge of his technical area. Pleased with his side performance against Bournemouth, certainly from an offensive point of view, although slightly concerned about how easy it was for the Cherries to cut them open, particularly in that second half at Anfield. Antoine Semenyo, Bournemouth winger, scoring a brace in that game as Livramento coming forward for Newcastle, does well, links up with Bruno Guimaraes.